The opinions expressed by the hosts and co-hosts of this program does not necessarily reflect the views of TGON Radio and TVH Group of Networks.
TGON and AspMedia brings you Asphere's Cafe. The cafe is now open.
Alright, hello, and welcome to Asphere's Cafe. Today is Friday, November 28, 2025, and yes, this is the last Friday of November and also the last November episode of Asphere's Cafe for this year. So yes, and of course, we will have a lot to talk about right here on Asphere's Cafe, and as you can see right here, I have my face again because I literally did my part in it. I literally did my part in dressing up, and yeah, looking good so far. So anyway, without any further to do now, and before we continue, before we continue, I would like to say that Dream Car will still not be in my show, unfortunately, because he is very busy. So that is, once again, understandable considering that he has been going through a lot lately and he hasn't been able to anyway, so that means this is a day where Dream Car will not be doing random stuff. So I'll do my best to cover the topics that is coming from that has been going through my mind. So yeah, any further to do now, let's get into the first round and let's see what do we have in my tab. Oh yeah, so first thing in my tab, we have YouTube testing out its new customized feed, and I think this is the right thing for YouTube, because remember the days when you want to have your own personalized home feed? Well, that is about to change now. And if you ever hated the fact that YouTube recommends the content that you watch, well, we got some good news. So let's get my screen share up right now. And yeah, let's head over to the screen share now. So here it is. This is coming from 9 to 5 Google, as you can see. And yeah, let's have a read coming from there. So Google is testing a new feature with YouTube that allows users to customize the recommendations that appear in their home feed, seemingly with some level of AI. In its latest experiment, YouTube is adding your custom feed to the home page. This allows the user, by YouTube's description, to update your existing home feed recommendations by entering a simple prompt. The use of the word prompt here implies that AI is being used to some degree, but YouTube hasn't shared anything about how this looks, so it's hard to know for certain. Either way, it seems like something that would help users gain a bit more control, and I say this is a good thing. So this is what YouTube said in a forum post. We're experimenting with a new feature called Your Custom Feed that lets you customize recommendations for your home feed. If you are part of the experiment, you will see your custom feed appear on your homepage as a chip besides home. When you click into it, you can update your existing home feed recommendations by entering a simple prompt. This feature is designed to give you an easy-to-use way to have more control over your suggested content. If you see it, check it out and share your feedback. So at the moment, I am not seeing it in my in my YouTube feed at the moment, but let me check right now if I do get your custom feed. So let's head over to the YouTube website as you are seeing right now. We'll just give it a load here. Oh, whoops, I didn't need to start it, sorry. But yeah, let's just see if YouTube is going to load on my end while I'm screen sharing. Yep, there we go. So you can see, as you can see, I do have a bunch of the recommendations I'm looking at. For me, I have all of the recommendations on what I can expect. I get anime, I get technology, I get gaming news, and also even my local content there where it's all going to. Well, let's not mind the news section, but you can see majority of my recommendations right there are the anime. Of course, of course I do listen to Milgram. You can see I listen to Milgram, and then there's another tech video there, another there, and okay. So I am this close to move to Linux. Yeah, I will look into that tomorrow. But either way, this is how my recommendations look like. Oh, now this is the example. This is what I don't like. Okay, this is what I don't like. What I'm seeing recommendations. I don't even watch this type of content on my main channel, but I still get it anyway. I don't know why YouTube would suggest that I would be watching it, even though I don't. And then you have Switch to Linux, which I do watch occasionally. You have Gotcha. So at the moment, there is nothing wrong with my YouTube recommendations you are seeing on my screen right now. But let's say if my recommendations are not great at, like, let's say what's wrong with the recommendations and such, we can say, let's say for example, if I do see your custom feed, I'm pretty sure it's going to be either on the sidebar or at the top. I could tweak my recommendations a bit, and maybe I could make my recommendations mix of anime, manga content, and tech content, and it will be exactly what I am looking to watch. Maybe that will be it if YouTube rolls out. But for now, I could not demonstrate the constant feature. Well, I do hope that YouTube will implement it someday, but this is not the day that I will be demoing today. But if YouTube ever rolls this out, I will be testing it out on live. So there you go. That is news about the new homepage where you can tweak your suggested content. And honestly, coming from YouTube, I'd say this is a good change, especially to some people who are really scared of ruining their personalized recommendations. Yeah, this is a thing that would actually say this will soon be the thing, and this is going to be a game changer for YouTube after all. So good job, YouTube. And also, before I move on to the next topic, Rexo has also reported it too. And yeah, so you can see over on replies there, people are very happy. People are very happy with the, well, it looks like it's a mix, but so far what I'm seeing in the replies on X or Twitter, you can see that good. It looks pretty good, and someone says, finally, that's real nice, great design. Well, finally you did it. Wow, finally. Well, yeah, there's that. So as you can see, the reception right there on X is pretty much positive, while some are still calling on YouTube to, hey, please fix my recommendations. But again, this is a game changer. So who knows if YouTube will be rolling out to more users in the future. But again, this is a game changer. It's a good thing. Now, the next one to talk about, and this one is not looking good for Microsoft, because Dell has reported that around 500 million PCs are holding off from upgrading to Windows 11. That is according to the PC manufacturer Dell. And God knows why. And again, it's because of strict hardware requirements, and also it has people that were turned off by the response of the Windows head that Windows 11 is transforming into Nginx OS, and they're really angry. So, and I guess this result proves it all, and most likely it has something to do with the strict hardware requirements. So we're gonna get into more details coming from The Verge, and yeah, let's read this one. Windows users are transitioning to Windows 11 at a slower rate than the upgrade to Windows 10, which is Microsoft's 10-year-old operating system. So it is still proving popular among consumers and businesses, while it already reached end of support pace. Dell revealed this week that around 500 million machines are capable of upgrading to Windows 11, but are sticking with Windows 10 instead. So this is according to Jeffrey Clark, okay, who is the chief operating officer of Dell, or that he said on a third quarter earnings call. We hear quote, "We have about 500 million of them capable of running Windows 11 that haven't been upgraded. And we have another 500 million that are 4 years old that can't run Windows 11." End quote. He sees this as an opportunity to guide customers towards the latest Windows 11 machines and AI PCs, but warns that PC market is going to be relatively flat next year. So this is the first time, yes, it's a big number. And if we go to the stat counter, whoops. If we go to the stat counter right there, and if we go edit chart data, and if we go check Windows version and go to the latest month, that is November 2025 as of this broadcast, you can see around 42.56% of PCs are still stocked with Windows 10, while half of them, amounting to 53.96%, are now running Windows 11. So at least they're catching up, but this number right there is still pretty huge, considering last month that Windows 10 was around 41.74%, but now it has slightly increased slightly rather. So maybe they're really too lazy to upgrade, or either they're really against Microsoft's strict requirements, which Microsoft is still doubling down today. So there you go, guys. And Windows 11, will it be a flop when by the time when people finally move over to Windows 11? Or if people are going to skip Windows 11 and move over to Linux, will it be a flop? That is the question, because eventually Microsoft will find out and will see and call this, we messed up. We shouldn't have enforced requirements. We should have listened to our consumer feedback, but yet we have doubled down on AI. So yeah, I guess that is the reality why they are still sticking with Windows 10 today, and no wonder why. So there you go, guys. And now as we check the current charts or the bar, let's see how is the desktop operating systems holding up. Sorry, how are the desktop operating systems holding up today? So let's see. Let's go view the chart for this month. As you can see, from last month, Linux was sitting around 2.94%, but now it has increased significantly, or not significantly, but slightly too. So it is sitting at 3.04%. Yeah, it's being proven that people are indeed moving over to Linux, and I guess Linux related YouTube channels are right. So while Windows usage is still increasing, and it was last month was sitting around 66.40%, but now it's sitting at 69.62%. While the unknown, I'm not sure what specific operating system will that be, but it has increased too with 12.86%. While Mac OS or OS X, let me see, combined it could be 12%. Yeah, so that is 1%, and Chrome OS is still at the same percentage. So there you go. So yeah, and also Zorin OS was the first to report that over 780,000 users prefer to switch to Linux by moving over to Zorin OS instead of moving to Windows 11. So let's see what they have to say. So let's see. This is no surprise. People are indeed switching over to Linux. So yeah, you can see, I'm going to highlight right here, 78% of these downloads originated from Windows machines, translating to approximately 780,000 users making the switch. So this search clearly highlights that there's a growing dissatisfaction with Microsoft's latest offerings. Of course, like what I said earlier, a Windows 11 transforming into a Genetic OS did not end well, and it was backfired. So no wonder why they're moving over to beginner-friendly Linux distros. But who knows? But we'll see if that trend continues. But I do expect that will likely continue because again, people really be waking up from Microsoft's anti-consumer practices, and of course, they really don't like what Microsoft is heading to today. So there you go. So that is the news about 500 billion PCs that are still running Windows 10 today. That is going to Dell, and of course, looking at the recent surge of Linux usage. So, well, if there's only one thing I can say, Microsoft really needs to hold an emergency meeting and say what can we do to fix this mess, right? But it's unlikely because they're very focused on AI nowadays, and they only care about making profit. So that isn't too surprising for me nowadays. And finally, before we head to the break, SmartTube is being uninstalled by Google and Amazon due to a security breach. So what does this news mean? It clearly means that there is a security flaw in its digital signature for SmartTube. So let's read this one. It's coming from AFTV News. So this is what they stated the reason. An app's digital signature is what Android uses to verify an app is from the same original developer. And there you go. Since SmartTube's signature has been exposed. So I repeat, their signature today is not safe, and bad actors can already make a malicious malware claiming that it's smart SmartTube. So this is not good. So we will have to wait for developer notes. Well, actually, let me check if they have released new areas. So friends, it seems that my digital signature has been exposed. This signature protects the app from fake and malicious updates, so there is a risk that someone may try to release counterfeit versions under my name. To completely eliminate any threats, I have decided to stop using the current signature and switch to a new one. Because of this, the app's identifier will also change. You don't need to delete the old app, but it will no longer receive updates. The new one will install as a separate app and will need to be configured again. So yeah, there you go. So that is the developer note coming from GitHub, from his GitHub repo, and yeah, unfortunately, this is wild. Let's be real here, and I and people over in the people over at that one subreddit are saying, let's see, they're just hating on they're just hating on Google, Amazon for uninstalling their hobbyist app. For Amazon and Google, I completely understand the security risks because again, the signature has been exposed, so no wonder they had to take action. So if we look at the replies, people were not very happy because again, they really don't like what Google and Amazon are doing by auto uninstalling SmartTube app. But again, it's understandable because again, signature risk. There you go. F Google, F Amazon. How does a digital? But yeah, there you go. It is safe to say, SmartTube digital signature has been exposed, unfortunately. So until then, we will have to wait for a new stable build that will contain its new signature. But we will wait and see on what they can do on SmartTube, and hopefully it gets resolved in the coming days, if not weeks. So yeah, that is the little information or a little news regarding SmartTube situation. And if you do use SmartTube, will you be installing the beta version to mitigate this? Let us know in the comment section down below. It is now 6:54 p.m. as I really have gone far in covering topics for more than 50 minutes, but yeah, I needed to talk what I had to do. So anyway, it is now 6:54 p.m. and we have more topics to discuss right here on Asphere's Cafe. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back after the break. Stay along with us. We'll be back.
Putag na yan! Ipis na yan! Ang dumi-dumi, mga ipis at baho, hindi pwedeng brand X. Ang paste, bago FOD, dishwashing liquid, para nang tanggal mga baho, itigil. Yung mga ipis, new FOD, dishwashing liquid, also available from FOD product. Lagi na nangupla na hihilo, at baka mawala na yan. Amenia yan, mag-TGF Armenia, puno ng mga dugo, para hindi ubusin ng dugo ng iron. Ibalik ang sigla ng dugo, mag-TGF Armenia, araw-araw. Tanggal na ang pustiso ito, bakit ang dumi sa ipin? Huwag durog ng pustiso, mag-Folident that kills bacteria. Para ilagay ang pustiso sa ipin, pagkatapos ng kumain, mag-Folident, mas kapit ang pustiso araw-araw. Magrexona, para tatanggalin asim sa kili-kili, bat maligo sa asim kilkili, para mawala ng kili-kili sa asim, Magrexona, huwag emergency sa asim kili-kili.
Sa The Generics Pharmacy, mabisa sa gamot, mabibili na, marireseta sa gamot, mula sa maintenance sa gamot. Basta Generics, The Generics Pharmacy.
Sa TGF Noodles na. Para iluluto lang ng noodles pagluluto, gawa ng noodles pagluluto sa TGF Noodles. Also available of TGF Cup Noodles from TGF Products Corporation.
New John Yellow Sardines, nagluluto sa sardines pagluluto nyo, sarap ng sardines, nagluluto sa sardines, New John Yellow Sardines, also available of hot and spicy.
Germs na naman sa The Bleach and Detergent para kalat laming sa buong banyo ba't madumi ng 10 bleach ng ginagamit. Mag-Tomex ka na para tanggalin ang germs, para tanggalin ng dumi. Tomex patayang Olerm germs, 25 piso lang. Mag-TGF French Fries para lulutuin ng French fries. Pagluluto? Sarap. Pagluluto ng French fries. Sa TGF French fries, 100 piso lang.
Tagalog, powder milk. For children from 1, 2, and 3. For children from 1 to 3 years old, Tagalog, powder milk.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional. The unnecessary and improper use of product may be dangerous to your child's health.
Your cavity from Brand X, don't Brand X from toothpaste. I recommend FOFBTN toothpaste. Remove teeth brown or no brown teeth whitening clear in this fast of 2 minutes. No Brand X in the Filipino. Introducing FOFBTN toothpaste.
From FOFBTN Brand Enterprises.
Lido Jr. for 1 to 3 years old. Lido Jr. The use of milk supplement must only be upon the advice of a health professional. Also available of Lido Jr. 1 plus for 1 to 3 years old. Bagong TGF corn beef para pagluluto ng corn beef sa Pilipinas. Sarap. Mas pagluluto sa corn beef. Sa TGF corn beef, 17 pesos lang SRP.
Mira drinking water. Fresh, cool, calm.
Ang daming ipis sa bahay. Magkakaroon ka na ng diabetes. Mag-TGON. Patay ng ipis para mawala ng ipis. Huwag pupunta sa ipis. TGON kills bots, then protects your family. Magdoni Mystic Perfume para mabango number. Para sa bangohan. Magdoni Mystic Perfume, 5 piso lang. Pasko na ang paglalaba. Mag-Zerp Powder para tanggalin ng dumi ng damit. Para sampayan sa damit, para mabango na. Walang Brand X sa detergent powder. Mag-Zerp Powder. Christmas na ang paglalaba. 5 piso lang. Puro virus sa germs. Mabaho sa bahay. Puro virus sa bahay nyo. Mag-TGF alcohol. Patay ang mga germs at virus. Natanggal na ang antivirus germs. Mag-TGF alcohol. Patay ang germs at virus.
Medicine time uli. 4 na araw ng sipon mo. Sana gumaling ka na.
Sana may mas mabilis na gamot para sa kanya.
Mami, sana lumipat ka na sa pambatang Neozep. Hiyang dito ang 7 out of 10 children at 2 times faster pa magpagaling. 4 days na sipon, nagiging 2 days na lang. Ang shortcut sa ginhawa, Neozep.
Alagang lumilap yan.
Earl John Pure Water na toxic na sa OMS. Pag Earl John Pure Water, para ang tangali ng toxic, huwag mo kakainin sa kanton. Sa Earl John Pure Water na 8 pesos lang.
And we are back with the program. It is now 7:01 p.m. and 7:01 p.m. it is, and so let's continue with more topics that I could cover. And yes, let's get into another tech topic. And well, Affinity could be heading to Linux soon. So let's get my screen share once again. So as you're seeing on my screen share, coming from Tech Central, and I believe this is a sort of new tech outlet. So yeah, let's have a read coming from Tech Central. Canva quietly dropped a bombshell at the launch of the company's Johannesburg office on Tuesday. The design giant is seriously considering porting its Affinity creative software to Linux. You heard that right, ladies and gentlemen. So Linux users embrace yourselves because we had GIMP, and now the major editing software will not be ported over to Linux if this all turns out to be true. So there's no green light just yet, but global marketing head for Affinity by Canva, Liam Fisher, told Tech Central that it's being discussed seriously internally and that it's one of the top requests from users of the software. You see that, right? So what does this mean for Linux users who are still using GIMP or other source for editing software? Well, this can be changing, and people will be very happy that their photo editing suite is going to be usable on Linux. While Adobe still cannot do porting to Linux because of the proprietary software, but look at Canva doing their job for Linux users. This is a big deal. So Affinity is currently actively working on an iPad version of its new free-to-use creative design app. And once that's done, it now seems possible, likely, even that the team will shift focus to developing the software for Linux. So there you go. You can tell that they're currently focusing on the iPad OS version for Affinity, which is what they're working on right now. And once it's polished on iPad OS version, then they could start shifting over to Linux, as they say in the headline. So guys, I am excited, and as a person who have been using GIMP, I will say I might finally switch over to Linux because the alternative, the free Adobe alternative, which is Affinity by Canva, that is when they finally finish porting over to Linux, I will be switching to Linux someday. I kid you not, I'm actually that serious. I will be switching to Linux someday. So mark my words, because by next year I'll be migrating over to Linux, because again, while I love using Windows, the Microsoft's anti-consumer practices have been turning me off, and nowadays the Windows Insider builds have been less exciting than previous years. So the momentum is almost here, because Affinity is our hope that could change Linux forever. So for years, Linux users have lived in something of a parallel universe, a powerful, secure, open ecosystem held back not by technology, but by the absence of mainstream commercial creative software. That is me, That is me, because again, I've been using Adobe products, which is something I currently cannot do on Linux, which is why I am still using Windows today. And even the editing software, I'm still using Windows. Same reason. Even the educational software, I still have to use Windows, even by then. Well, if you do not mind, you could use Linux for literally anything, like coding, browsing the internet, watching videos, gaming. Even Linux gaming is now possible thanks to its enhancements over the years, and many more you can do with Linux. So when it comes to editing, photo editing or creative editing, Linux is still holding you back from moving, because again, absence of commercial software. And as I did mention, Adobe is the reason. So Photoshop, Illustrator, and the rest of Adobe's creative cloud run only on Windows and Mac OS. It has locked design agencies, marketing teams, photographers, and illustrators into those two platforms. So that's why the prospect of an official Affinity Linux port is so significant. The software is widely seen as the only full-scale commercial alternative to the market-leading Adobe Creative Cloud and Canva, which last year acquired the UK's Serif. The company behind Affinity recently made it free of charge. This is the best part. You don't have to pay anything to edit, and this is a good thing, which is why it became a major challenge to Adobe. So what I did say a while ago is the GIMP, GIMP. So the GIMP has been around forever as a super open source project, but it comes with two major caveats. So one, it has a steep learning curve. Its interface and workflows differ significantly from Photoshop. It lacks many of the more advanced features that professional designers depend on, and I have to agree with that. So let me open my GIMP. Hopefully I don't like my PC, but let me show you my entire screen share so you get the idea of what I'm talking about. So let's just wait for it to load. But yeah, if you know why it's been holding back, it's because there are some features that Photoshop has while GIMP does not. And that is the reason why people prefer Adobe Photoshop. Even job offerings, they have to say, you need to have an experience in Adobe Photoshop, but what if you use GIMP and you have never experienced using Photoshop, right? That is the major holdback. Yeah, that's a major holdback, if you ask me. It is. So, okay, it looks like my GIMP is loading. I'll just wait for that to load, but in the meantime, Affinity's potential arrival on Linux, which is most importantly, comes at a time when the open source operating system is stronger than ever. Again, shout out to Steam for making the Linux usage growth possible. Again, big shout out to Valve or Steam. They have contributed to the growth of Linux gaming, and now here we are with the non-gaming usage that will soon be on the rise. And I do believe that 2026 will be the year where Linux rises while Windows will drop some of its market share. That is one potential stock that we can expect for Linux. So there you go, my game has been opened. So let's switch to the screen share to the entire screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So when it comes to GIMP features, let me see if I can get the entire screen. There you go. So this is my thumbnail editor for Asphere's Cafe. You can see right there. This is a recent thumbnail that I have made where I uploaded a highlight of November 26th. So where I uploaded an animated news highlight from the November 26th episode of Asphere's Cafe. And yes, I did talk about Now That We Draw, and I built, and I'm gonna leave a few words on that. I would say, please watch it when it comes up because the characters are very cute and the story is very interesting. So there you go. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about that right now. But we need to focus on the features. So you can see this is very different. If you are used to Photoshop, you can see that you have the interface like on the left side. You have move tool, you have rectangle select tool, you have free select tool, you have select by color tool. Actually, if we hold it, there you go, you can see you have move, align it, distribute. You have rectangle select and select. Free select to select, foreground select, and you have fuzzy select, or you have select color. And you have crop tool, you have scale, I believe that's scale, yeah, there you go. Warp transform, oh wait, there's more than scale, it is more than just scale. We have unified, uniform, rotate, scale, shear, flip, perspective, 3D transform, and handle transform. Then you have warp transform and bridge transform. And then you have public fill tool, and the eraser and the rest. So I would say I am used to this editing software, and I have been experienced on editing thumbnails or editing photos since when was this? 2018. I have used this for software. I have never experienced in using Photoshop throughout my life. I already know how to use GIMP, so I am familiar with how GIMP works. But for Photoshop users, you can say, yeah, that is confusing. So look how easy that is, because you have the layers there, just like with Adobe Photoshop. I could hide the photo. I could hide my coffee logo there, and then I could hide the text, or I could also replace the image with this. Oh wait, there's a credit too, but you can replace the image with this. So yeah, you can tell it's very easy. And under that, you also have Visual Core pointer. You have on and images. So that is a lot to go through. So isn't that cool, right? So that's how it looks like. But again, as I have said it earlier, it does look confusing for Photoshop users, and I completely understand why. So switch back to browser window, so we can continue talking about Affinity. So there is the discussion on on why GIMP is not friendly for professional editors, which again makes sense. But anyway, on the other note, Linux is having a good time. So what I have said earlier, it is now stronger than ever when it comes to Linux desktop. But yeah, and all thanks to the gaming. So continuing here, and of course, we are already seeing this sentence where Microsoft is doubling down on anti-consumer practices where people are really hating it. So Microsoft's increasingly intrusive telemetry adds baked into the OS and the implementation of Copilot AI everywhere have pushed countless users to look elsewhere. Yes, it's true. There are some people already discussing that are preparing to move to Linux. So, but what about the dual boot users? They still have to do a boot when it comes to photo editing software. Yeah, that is also the common thing too. So I need Photoshop, I need Illustrator. Yeah, that makes sense. But that will not be the case anymore if Affinity Linux port arrives in the near future. So this is the game changer by the time when Affinity comes to Linux, and it all thanks to Canva making the right decisions recently. So ladies and gentlemen, Affinity coming to Linux is going to push people more. It's going to push more people away from Windows to Linux, and maybe they can even move on from Adobe to free alternative thanks to Canva making Affinity thanks to Canva making Affinity port for Linux. So generally, I'm very happy, and I am looking forward for Affinity team to make this happen as soon as possible. So what do you think about this news? Are you excited as I am? And will you be moving to Affinity? And hopefully you will be moving to Linux soon, like me? Let us know in the comment section down below. And now, let's discuss about this anime Taurus. Yeah, we have another anime Taurus, and thanks to GB reviews, he managed to capture a sentence on what anime Taurus have been saying about about when it comes to anime. So let's read the post. Let's read his ex post about there. So this is from him, and shout out to Chibi. If you want to hear his anime takes, go follow Chibi reviews on X. So let's read this X post. Filter posts. Lots of people have been following me. Currents that ruined gaming are now ruining anime. Doubt it. A lot of EG manga is written by authors. What is the problem? I don't see a problem. Fanmade belongs in anime and manga. Yes, exactly. If they want to have fan service in their title, just let it be. Why are you complaining over fan service? If you don't like what you're seeing, then don't watch it. Anime wasn't really mainstream until Demon Slayer. Okay, I need to point this out. Anime wasn't really mainstream until Demon Slayer. Well, to have a fact on this, I would say Naruto, hello One Piece, hello Fairy Tail. So it has already been mainstream for a very long time, but in recent years it has been more mainstream. Thanks to Demon Slayer. Yeah, thanks to Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, and a lot of titles that are mainstream. Even Solo Leveling. There you go, Solo Leveling. To clarify that, it has always been mainstream, but nowadays more and more people are hooked into anime, so which is why I call this very mainstream now. Well, in the past it has already been mainstream, but not that quite mainstream, but some exposure thanks to One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Fairy Tail. Anime is actively getting censored upon the production stage and is becoming more obvious, with even minor censorship appearing lately thanks to activism. This is what I do not like, because when it comes to global audiences complaining about what they are watching, God, can they not talk, or can they not complain if they don't like it? They should just exit out and move on. Racism is bad. Well, it is bad, of course. Well, I don't care about descentists, we'll just move on. Wishing death on people is unhinged. This is the problem. Yes, this is the problem. Why are you wishing someone to die if you don't like it? This is wrong. I agree. This is wrong. Criticism doesn't mean it's hate. True. I agree. Criticism is when it comes to constructive criticism, when it comes to constructive criticism, or when it comes to when it comes to constructive criticism and harsh criticism, it doesn't mean it's a hate. People are criticizing your work because the fact that you screw up or you didn't do right, that is where people are going to criticize you. And if they're hating on your work because of that, okay, I get it. But if people are hating on your work because of how messed up it is, that's completely valid and it can be considered as criticism. I agree. And I guess that's all. I'm not going to read the rest, but that is what GP has been saying in his X posts and filter posts. So, yeah, there you go. So you can see a lot of EG mangas made that. This is what the caption there. A heartfelt adult manga is always popular. I truly agree with this sentence. I'm not sure what anime is this, but a fan wrote to me and see, this shows that they like fan service. Don't believe me? Just go search any anime in that area now and you might see fan service. You're gonna be hooked anyway, but either way, this is funny. Oh, sorry. Oops. Whoops. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. That is what I said earlier, actually. What's amazing? I did clarify to say it has always been mainstream since Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail took place. I mean it. It has always been mainstream, but now it is more and more mainstream because of Solo Leveling, and more people are hooked into anime because of how bad is Hollywood. So there you go. That is my take on Chibi Reviews post, and honestly, this is a very good post. So if you wanna stay up to date on his post, definitely give him a follow on X. He deserves some love. he deserves some engagement. So if you are into his takes, please follow him on X. I am telling you, follow him on X because he makes a good point. He makes a lot of good points about One Punch Man Season 3 and how bad is One Punch Season 3. So he's even up to date than me when it comes to One Punch Man. So I highly suggest go follow GB Reviews now. And it is now 7:22 p.m. as we will be taking a last break, and I will be extending my show until 8 p.m. because why not? Because I still have a lot of topics to talk about what's in my head. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Stay along with us.
Maglestro Grow para sa grow ang nutritiyan. Para nakakatulong sa tiyan. Para sa mga bata, ang pag-iinumin ng gatas sa Grow Nutritiyan. Maglestro Grow para sa nutritiyan.
Sumakit ng katawan ko at pilayan. Dahil sa Brand X Capsule, ito ang bagong FOFBTN Silver Advance. Para mga sumakit ang katawan at pilayan, para mga vitamins A, C, at E. Magbagong FOFBTN Silver Advance, also available with FOFBTN Advance.
Magiging masaya ang laro. Mag-Loyal Orange na. Masarap naman talaga ng Loyal Orange na game na. Mas laro sa game. Sa Loyal Orange na kakulitan.
Ngayon Pasko ng mga fiesta ng fruit cocktail, mag Del Monte Fiesta. Para masarap ng salad ng fruit cocktail, handaan iyong ng Pasko, Del Monte Fiesta. From children for 1 to 3 years old, Bromo. From ages 1, 2, and 3, Bromo. From children for 1, 2, 3 years old. The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of health professional.
Mga bata sa pag-aral, dahil sa mayo yung laruan, mag-Incremin. Pag kulang sa iron baka magkulang sa talino. Bigyan siya ng Incremin. Ba't nakasakit sa hatching ka? Pag umuulan tapos kulob, ang lakas ng hangin mawala ng pera at panggastos. Mag-Clusipol araw-araw. Itigil nyo paglalakas ng hangin. Huwag magkasakit dahil pangastos. Bawal magkasakit. Mag-Clusipol araw-araw.
Kain muna, with FOFBTN biscuits. ₱6 lang sa SRP na, sa FOFBTN biscuits.
New TGF Tuna with flakes and oil. Para ilagay ng dilata sa flakes and oil, sarap. New TGF Tuna with flakes and oil, also available of TGF Tuna with hot and spicy chili.
Bagong KM Sardines para iluluto sa sardines. Para kumain na. Kuya kalimutan niyo po para sa sardinas. Sa KM Sardines, ₱24 lang.
Mugsan Silk Smooth and Manageable para fruity floral fragrance. Para tanggalin ng buhok. Huwag madumi sa buhok. Para mabango. Mugsan Silk Smooth and Manageable para nagkakagigil.
Adam Orelar po, mas inuman sa brandy nyo. Katulad neto kaibigan, Maglor Matador Brandy. Sobrang inuman na. Mas pag-inuman ng brandy nyo, Adam Orelar po, mas inuman na. Lor Matador Brandy, mas pag-inuman sa lasa.
Inspire any Filipino's choice. Introducing O-Spend Mineral Water, made from 100% pure mountain water. Distilled, fresh, approved by Filipinos.
I choose O-Spend Mineral Water.
Kahit saan, sisig ng ina mo, lunod ka sa saya, mula Mula sa Pampagana hanggang sa dulo.
Ang sisig na hinahanap-hanap mo ay nasa sisig ng ina mo na. For just 70 pesos, may legit na kapampangan na sisig ka na with soft drinks and sabaw. Dito lang yan sa sisig ng ina mo.
Napapagod ako sa newscaster ko dahil uuhaw nako. Pero sisigla ako sa tulong ng TGF Juice. Ang TGF Juice at may iron, taurine at B vitamins. Kaya masarap ang fruit flavor. Mag-fresh na kayo kaibigan. Sarap. Adam Morelar po para sa TGF Juice Flavors. TGF Juice Flavors, 15 pesos lang.
Baon mo!
Wag! Bakit may sibulok? Ba't naglabas sa pagkain?
Ha? Sibulok?
Bakit nakasibulok? Bakit ang dumi? Huwag ilagay ng pagkain.
Muntik na humalo sa baon mo!
Mag-Joy! Para iwas sibulok, para tanggalin ng sibulok. Kitang malinis, amoy malinis, ramdam malinis.
Mas safe ka na!
Mag-Joy, iwas sibulok na tatanggal. Ito na lang. Mag-Max Menthol Candy. Para hindi pinaparamdam ito. Mag-Max Menthol Candy. Menthol sa lamig. Menthol sa paramdam. Oy, pare. Kumain tayo ng chippy. Sige, yummy ng asim. Asim. Bago chippy chichirya, 5 pesos lang. Papagod po ako, ayaw ko trabaho. New FOD milk para na inumin. Para sa trabaho, new FOD milk, 30 pesos lang. Also available from FOD low-fat milk and chocolate milk. Mug Leslie yogurt with strawberry. Para flavor yogurt strawberry. Kaya masarap. Sarap. Mug Leslie yogurt. All yogurt flavors of Leslie yogurt.
And we are back right here on Asphere's Cafe. But unfortunately for TVH Never viewers, this is where we will have to end our cafe. For this morning, we will be back again tomorrow, where I will be talking more on the tech and the weekly smart call results with Dream Car. So join us again, same time, same place, right here on TVH. So this has been Asphere's Cafe. I am Cairo, and the cafe is now closed for TVH Never viewers. We will see you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye. And we are back. It is now exactly 7:30, and I will be extending my show for another 30 minutes or 1 hour, probably until 8:30 p.m. to online with TQ Plus 2. Who knows if I will be extending my show or not. So, sorry, if I'll be extending my show until 8:30 or until 8 p.m. That is. So, without any further ado now, let's talk about. Oh wait, let's see, what can I look on my, what is on my bookmarks today? So, do I have anything interesting to talk there? Okay. Okay. Yup. Crunchyroll is reportedly using AI enemy translations, and the title is The Bash Court Machikan. So let's get my screen share there. Of course, they're not going to be happy hearing this, but as you can see on my screen share, this is literally an expose. This is literally an expose right there, saying that according to them, Crunchyroll is reportedly using AI anime translations on the Danish court Machikan. Whoops, I might have zoomed too much. Whoopsie. I think that should be enough. There we go. So, according to fans, an Olang file was found in the headers when the closed captions track was uploaded by mistake. And the more info is on Anime Corner. So let's have a read from Anime Corner. So let's read. For a report from Daisy, which is a developer at Faku and previously worked at J-Novel Club, the closed captioning file for the Vanish Cord Magic aims to become the strongest episode 6 indicated that it was generated by the localization platform Olang, self-described as effortlessly localizing your text, video, and audio content at scale with flexible agentic AI. Oh my god, why did I hear the word for the second time? Agentic AI, oh my god. I'm looking at you, Microsoft, that you're saying that you want to transition Windows 11 into Agentic OS. Oh my gosh, workflows. So, I repeat, with flexible agentic AI workflows. This comes amid concerns over declines in Crunchyroll subtitling quality as well as with subtypesetting issues, which have seen large amounts of on-screen text and overlapping speech left untranslated. That is not good for viewers and poor presentation than previous seasons. So Dice X post is right there. So let's open it directly so we all get a glimpse of why it is messed up. So let's zoom it in. There it is. So I have heard from many that Crunchyroll seems to be using AI to produce dub C post captioning tracks. Now things slip up with episode 6 dub of the Banish Cord Veteran. We can say that with 100% certainty, Crunchyroll is using the AI service Olang for its dub closed captions. So this is no good. This is no good at all. So this is proven. This is proven. In the text there. So Crunchyroll's episode 6 dub release of the Banish Cord Veteran was late, probably due to some internal issues. When it finally went up, the primarily Japanese-English subtitle track had been accidentally replaced with a dub closed captioning track revealing online in the file headers. There it is. Online site is some of the worst AI buzzword soup I have seen in a while. Agentic AI workflows! I'm looking at you, Microsoft. Wait, let me switch to my camera. I am looking at you, Microsoft. I am looking at you. If you want to turn Windows 11 into agentic AI, good for you. But consumers do not like the way how it's heading to. So let's get back to the screen share. AI first platform, yeah sure. Humans in the loop, optional. That's localization reimagined for the modern enterprise. Sure, it's great to see Crunchyroll using something like this. So, you know what? Let's look at the screenshots. So yeah, global expansion. Next, enterprise grade security, AI workflow management, proven skill. Imagine localization powering your entire organization. Alright. And real world examples of successful collaborations. So we will have to look at the website a bit, but oh my gosh. This is not good for the anime fans, let's be real. This is not good for anime fans. If you're paying for Crunchyroll, I'm sure you will be disappointed hearing this. So, yeah, the absolute enshittification of anime continues. I agree. I absolutely have to agree. Absolute enshittification, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute enshittification. What an insult to the minimum they can. Yes! I wonder how the quality control declined, right? I wonder why the quality control declined very hard. Womp, 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 womp. Look at this. Look at this from last month, huh? Look at this from last month, October 30. This is how the subtitles look like nowadays, starting with fall 2025 anime season. This is not good. This is not good, and even with he it's all-time low too. Yikes, guys. And if you look at the replies, I just watched this first episode the other night. It's extremely dry and flavorless. Genuinely find this strangeness because just this past trimester, I worked with folks that were doing some testing on dub closed captioning for Spanish for Crunchyroll. And they even emphasized that if we use AI to do the job, we would get fired. What now, right? If you use AI, you're gonna get fired, and yet Crunchyroll is using AI? What? Where is it? Where's the logic to this? What happened to that then, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, right? Yeah, right? That's not good. This is absolute BS. So, yup, we can now say All One is definitely not a good service, and Crunchyroll is using it to produce closed captioning. No, I still don't understand the fact that they had to abandon the fan subs. It really sucks, really is. So back to the Anime Corner article, you can see an example that there is no on-screen, there is no translated messages for the conversations. Isn't that crazy? Where is it? Yikes. So it has not been translated at all. So this joins concerns about the lateness of Crunchyroll's recent releases, which is the banished portmanchican aims to become the strongest. Crunchyroll told Anime News Network in October that these delays were caused by internal system problems that had now been fully resolved. While it specifically denied that changes in its subtitling methods, vendors or AI used for linked to delays, it crucially didn't actually confirm whether it changed subtitling methods, was using new vendors, or was employing AI. Crunchyroll's use of third-party subtitling vendors previously implicated it in an AI controversy. Crunchyroll told Anime Corner in July that it had opened an investigation following outrage and Necronomicon and the Cosmic Horror Show Episode 1. Rift with errors, the episode notoriously had the subtitles ChatGPT said. Yeah, I talked about this last month. Yeah, did you see this? ChatGPT said. And then you have German subtitles. It was, knowing that Crunchyroll indeed used ChatGPT to generate subtitles. Come on. I did talk about this, and I believe this was around July when I talked about this on my show. So no update was issued. However, a spokesperson did say that the use of AI-generated subtitles violated its agreement with the vendor, and no surprise if they're gonna cut their ties with Crunchyroll because of this mess. So the question remains: what is Crunchyroll's stance on AI? And well, does the term implicates actually hold for Crunchyroll? That is what we need to be concerned about. Oh, whoops. Okay, I don't know what happened. Hold on. Right, anyway, so as you can see, as we will be reading the sentence, this is what they told to The Verge last February 2024. AI is definitely something that we think about at a lot of different workflows within the organization. Right now, one of the areas we are very focused on testing is our subtitling and closed captioning, where we go from speech to text and how do we improve and optimize our processes where we can get the subtitles done in various languages across the world so that we can launch as close to the Japanese release as possible. So that's definitely an area where we focus on, where we are focused on. Dubbing, not so much yet for a couple of reasons. Our dubs tend to be adapted dubs. They're not direct translations, so it's a creative process. That's what they told to The Verge, which is a tech news outlet, and it was this, like, keep that in mind. This was around February of 2024 when Crunchyroll told The Verge about the use of AI. And now, if we read the statement if we read Crunchyroll's statement to Forbes, and that was around April of 2025. Let's have a read. We are not considering AI in the creative process, including our voice actors. We consider them to be creators because they are contributing the story and plot with their voice. So that is what they said to Forbes. It's unclear whether the apparent use of AI-generated closed captions for the Vanished Court Magician aims to become the strongest means that either Crunchyroll has adopted a new perspective within the last few months, or that it is a scene localizing as part of the creative process. So that's concerning. That is concerning. And what would that mean to the good localizers who are dedicated to anime, and what if you're replaced with AI? I do remember some people are saying, yeah, let them be replaced with AI, but this is reality to the point where it's not perfect. And yeah, I wonder how Crunchyroll changed its instances. And to be fair, it's not looking good for the future of Crunchyroll when it comes to subtitles. And heck, I even said a while ago that the on-screen text were left untranslated, and nobody knows what they were actually saying, right? That's another concerning thing. So if we keep going further, the letter may come as a surprise, not least to its own localizers. So there you go. I am concerned on the global licensing for future anime releases, because I am the fan of watching anime, and it has always been ever since I started watching anime around late 2018. Late 2017 rather. Sorry, late 2017. And I really love Japanese anime as a passion, and I do. And seeing the companies screwing up the subtitling concerns me. Yes, Crunchyroll used fan software, and now they're ditching it for AI software, and it really baffles me. So it is very sad to see how Crunchyroll is heading to today. So Anime Corner has contacted Crunchyroll regarding its past, present, and future use of AI and Oolong in the Banished Court Magic aims to become the strongest and its anime generally. They also sought to resolve apparent inconsistencies in this instance on AI and its typesetting plans. An update will be published if Crunchyroll responds. So I will come back to this article probably next Wednesday if they receive a direct response. So I'm going to bookmark this for future reference. But for now, that is another Crunchyroll moment that they screwed up badly when it comes to using AI subtitling or even the closed captioning trap. So they really messed up that time. So yeah, guys, in the comment section down below on your thoughts on this. And again, very disappointed, and no wonder why I'm not paying for Crunchyroll anytime soon. I would rather use something that's worth for watching anime. I'm not paying for Crunchyroll. I don't. So yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see what else we can talk about right now. And yeah, let's see what else do we have here in my bookmarks. Let's see. All right. I guess there's nothing much in my bookmark, so I could now check my. I will not check my Reddit bookmarks right now. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, next topic. Microsoft Store is allowing malicious apps to be on the storefront. What the heck? So let's talk about this. I cannot believe why Microsoft is allowing malicious software to be on their storefront. Seriously, why? So let's have a look at this. So PDF Gear and PDFX are likely spyware, malware, or at best, gripware, scamware. The Microsoft Store is enabling these unsafe apps. So if you wanna see how that looks, well, I'm going to go read the TLDR thingy, and then we will watch the 10-minute explainer altogether. So let's read the TLDR. This long post proves the PDF Gear, PDFX scamware, maybe even malware spyware connections. They manipulated the Microsoft Store with PDFX by NG PDF Lab and other apps. And now they're seeing a bigger opportunity through PDF Gear and Reddit as their AstroTurf marketing engine. PDF Gear displays behaviors consistent with malware. For example, they install root certificates without permission that can be used for things like MIPM attacks. They try to convince everyone they're Singaporean. Okay, hold up a minute. Did you hear that right? They're claiming that they're Singaporean operated, but in reality, it is actually operated by Chinese groups. Wow! That is one way to distinguish yourself, claiming to be Singaporean. Yes, Singapore has a Mandarin language, has a Chinese language there, but that doesn't mean that you are Singaporean. And that's if you understand Chinese. Alright, back to the topic. But they're actually a Chinese group who have been making hundreds of scamwares for a long time. PDF Gear has been lying to you, and you should not have PDF Gear on your system. And let's watch the video, because this is insane. This is insane. So here is the 10-minute or 12-minute 52 seconds video,
this video investigates
on why PDFX and PDF Gear are spyware, malware, even worse. You know it. And also, I'm going to give credit. I'm going to provide his video in the video description below after the show. So goes up to him as well. He deserves some credit. But without any further ado, let's watch how bad is the PDFX and PDF Gear. Take it away.
This video investigates the link between two Microsoft Store apps. PDFX by NG PDF Lab and PDF Gear. Although marketed as separate products, they share the same codebase, design, and developer infrastructure, clearly pointing to a common source. We'll Look at their publisher records, behavior, and how Microsoft continues to promote them, then outline the security findings that show activity consistent with spyware or malware. The Microsoft Store was supposed to be a safe, vetted platform for users, yet it's now hosting and actively promoting what appear to be scams and potentially harmful software. PDFX by NG PDF Lab at $50 per sale is one of the most aggressively promoted apps on the Microsoft Store. It's featured multiple times across the store's front page, often appearing as both a paid advertisement and the #1 most popular app, which was recently renamed from top selling, meaning it's making the most money in the whole store. Since the Microsoft Store takes a cut of every sale, it's easy to see why Microsoft might willingly overlook what's really going on. The app has over 85,000 reviews, with the majority being suspiciously 5-star. A closer look at the review patterns shows a...
Okay, you hear that? Okay, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that what the narrator said? You hear that what the narrator said? Do you hear that what the narrator said, guys? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Reviews, with the majority being suspiciously 5-star.
Yeah, so you hear that? Suspiciously 5-star reviews. Okay? Suspiciously 5-star reviews. While we do see 1-star review, they're saying it's a paywall, it's not free, everything I do it pops up for... Yeah. Why do we see 5-star reviews? That is very suspicious. I genuinely believe it's a botted reviews in the first place, which is true. It's a botted review. So let's continue.
A closer look at the review patterns shows a surge of low-effort or nonsense positive reviews posted daily, while the 1-star reviews describe the app as misleading or predatory. This pattern looks exactly like classic review manipulation, designed to bury criticism and keep the app at the top of the charts. Meanwhile, PDF Gear, a free clone with the same interface and features, has barely 60 ratings and is almost invisible in the store's rankings. These numbers make no sense. The most likely explanation is that the same developer is manipulating the store's algorithms and review system to keep PDFX at the top, while using PDF Gear as a free counterpart in an attempt to maintain legitimacy. Microsoft still profits from the paid version success, which probably explains why it remains so prominently featured despite the clear red flags and identical repackaged apps.
Okay, you see the screen? Are you seeing the reviews right there, guys? Are you seeing the reviews? You can see 5-star reviews. Literally the best. After getting tired of many other PDF readers, editors, I happen to find PDF here and I'm absolutely amazed. I cannot go back to any of the other apps I was using before that kept throwing off full screen as NQ and walking up on the latest program use and updates every single time we open them. This app is extremely fast and opens PDF documents instantly and without any delay and has a clean intuitive interface. That is really a keeper. Doubt. And another one, the title of the review says, PDF Gear. This application is incredibly intuitive and easy to use. It's not bulky and doesn't lack or cost your computer to make a jet sound upon so. Oh my god, does the jet sound even a thing when it is? Oh my god. Overall authentic experience. Oh my yeah. Bruh. The reviews are absolutely suspicious, guys. It's not good. It looks very suspicious. It doesn't even look genuine at all.
And this isn't an isolated case. The same developer appears connected to a broader network of clone and scam apps across the store under different publisher names, which we can dive into another time. Now let's look closer at the evidence that PDFX and PDF Gear are, in fact, the same application built by the same developer. Put the two apps side by side and the match is clear. The layout, icons, dialogues, and tool labels line up almost exactly, with only minor shuffles. PDF Gear's AstroTurf farm have tried to claim this comes from using the same SDK. The overlap goes far beyond any shared library. To settle it, we will trace company records and domain history, then show technical links in the code and build artifacts. After that, there should be no doubt. Let's start with PDF Gear's own website. Their About page lists the company name as PDF Gear Tech Pte. Limited with a Singapore business address. At first glance, that makes it appear to be a Singapore-based developer, but a closer look shows it's actually a shell entity tied to a Chinese developer. Singapore's official business registry, the Accounting and Corporate Regulatory Authority, ACRA, is the government body that maintains all company records. The site often used to access these records is recordowl.com, which provides public summaries drawn directly from ACRA's database. According to the ACRA record, PDF Gear Tech Pte. Ltd. was incorporated in 2020, but not under that name. Its original name was IO4th Pte. Ltd. I've downloaded a publicly available ACRA file about PDF Gear/IO4th, which you can find a link on the Reddit post or just this QR code. This file reveals that while it's a Singapore shopfront, the only shareholders of the business are 3 Chinese nationals, all based out of Nanjing, so no Singaporeans have any shares in this business. The Singapore address is just that, an address to hide the owner's real origin. So who is IO4th? Their website suspiciously went offline in November, but archived versions from the Wayback Machine show that IO4th is a software publisher producing a range of utility apps and sold in. Yep, you guessed it, the Microsoft Store. So now we have 3 publisher names connected to the same ownership in the Microsoft Store. In another post, I might show how it doesn't stop there, and there's tens or hundreds of publishers cloning the same apps over and over, all for the purpose of scamming you, the consumer. But focus on IO4th's main app, FilmForth. Like PDFX, it's only available through the Microsoft Store, and it also has a Reddit community. The sole moderator of that subreddit, u/Sean-701, has a posting history that links the 2 brands. Between 2021 and 2022, nearly every comment promoted FilmForth, followed later by a long streak of posts only about PDF Gear. PDF Gear's astroturfing has been pointed out many times, so maybe I'll do a dedicated post on that later. While looking into FilmForth, a quick Google search for malware turns up a Malware Bytes forum thread linking PDF Gear to yet another publisher, any DVD and Office app. From there, the pattern only grows. Each of these publishers is tied to the same network of cloned apps flooding the Microsoft Store, all propped up by fake reviews and misleading marketing. It's an entire ecosystem built to manipulate the store's rankings and trick users. But for now, let's get back to the main thread. Still not convinced PDFX is PDF Gear? Don't worry, there's plenty more evidence. Let's go to PDFX's webpage, pdfxapp.com. If you open your browser's developer tools, right-click the page and select Inspect, then check the Network or Sources tab, you'll find multiple references to io4th.com embedded in the site's footer files. These traces link back to the older io4th domain, the same company name under which PDF Gear's developer was originally registered. In other words, the developer behind PDFX forgot to fully remove io4th references when rebranding, leaving a clear digital fingerprint connecting the 2. At this point, the overlap between the 2 apps is undeniable, but the technical evidence makes it even clearer. When the code is inspected, it shows that PDFX and PDF Gear share the exact same Syncfusion SDK license key.
Yep. You see that? Did you see that? Did you see it? Very closely, you can see in the coding app, in the coding program, you can see the section Syncfusion license operator. It is literally the same thing. You see that? Did you see that? Same coding. Sorry, same, I don't know what it said, but same license number, same thing, just a different branding. Did you see that? Did you catch that, everyone? Did you catch that? That is a big red flag. That is an absolute big red flag, okay? That is an absolute big red flag. And Microsoft really needs to take down these apps now. I hope people are waking up from this. I hope people can spread this video for awareness. And I really hope they will do something about this. No wonder why I don't open Microsoft Store, because again, I don't think the marketplace is safe. Not all apps are safe, obviously, except some notable ones that are obviously safe. But again, this is why I always download apps from other sources, like downloading applications through the web browser and still on Microsoft Store. This is why I still do not trust that storefront operated by Microsoft, because like what they said in the video, it's proven that it has malicious apps that Microsoft couldn't catch. And that is a big red flag. Let's continue.
A unique identifier that ties back to a single developer or organization. A SyncFusion key isn't something two unrelated companies could share by coincidence. It's issued per developer account, so using the same one across separate apps strongly suggests they were built and published by the same team. Along with the identical codebase, it's clear they are actually just a repackaged clone. It's a careless mistake that exposes their shared origin. SyncFusion has been notified of the key reuse for a likely violation of license misuse, even if Microsoft refuses to take any required action. In another video, you will find more technical detail around security and possible malware or spyware concerns. I'll summarize here first. Independent sandbox analysis identified multiple high-risk behaviors in the PDF Gear installer and runtime. The app injects code into trusted Windows processes, allowing hidden execution that can persist even after uninstall. It also installs keyboard and mouse hooks, effectively enabling keylogging and activity tracking across common applications. Most concerning, the app silently adds unauthorized root SSL certificates directly into the Windows Certificate Store, a change that can allow interception of encrypted HTTPS traffic and bypass browser security warnings, also known as a man-in-the-middle attack. Together, these behaviors resemble what you'd expect from surveillance or malware-grade software, not a PDF editor. So the question is simple. Would you trust installing PDF Gear or PDFX on your computer after seeing this? On Reddit, PDF Gear's accounts often appear in threads defending the company and asking users to trust them, claiming to be open and transparent. But everything shown here tells the opposite story. Their supposed public and only representative, Piers Zoyu, is presented as one of the company's executives and described as having been with PDF Gear since 2015, 5 years before the company even existed. It turns out Piers isn't real at all. The photo used for him comes from a stock image on Pexels, showing a completely unrelated person named Alexander Wendt. It raises the question, if the company is truly legitimate and transparent, why invent fake leadership and hide behind fabricated identities? So now, PDFX and PDF Gear are conclusively and without doubt the same app by the same developer. End of story. If there are any more Redditors that claim it's not or say it doesn't matter, you will know it's from PDF Gear's Reddit AstroTurf army. So what's really going on with PDF Gear? Based on everything shown here, the developers behind it have a long record of using deceptive tactics, from fake reviews and store manipulation to AstroTurfing communities on Reddit and YouTube. After finding the limit of how much profit they could extract from the Microsoft Store through their paid clone, they now appear to be using PDF Gear's free model to build reach and trust before eventually converting users into paying customers. It's a familiar playbook built on misleading practices, and it deserves to be called out. Given the hidden ownership ties, the fake company front, and the serious security risks uncovered in code analysis, there's also reason to question the app's safety. The same development group has been linked to other suspicious software in the store, suggesting this could extend beyond simple deception into something much more concerning. Future posts will cover how this network operates and where else their software appears. PDF editors are now commonly used as a vector of security attacks and scamware. There are posts you can take a look at, but simply take a look at AppSuite PDF Editor, a recent malware actor, and PDF Guru, a recent scamware actor. Both are being investigated on whether PDF Gears Group is also behind them. AppSuite PDF Editor also have Singapore or Malaysian company fronts, but is a Chinese group. AppSuite also looks safe on initial download, but Trojanized at a later date, something PDF Gear can easily choose to do. This point around the developer's true location and ownership matters. The company goes to great lengths to appear Singaporean, yet all technical and historical evidence points to China. That distinction is important because any Chinese software operations access information and require cooperation with state agencies. When a company hides those connections, can't make an informed decision of where their data goes or who controls it. Combined with the app's hid-shopen network activity and certificate manipulation, that lack of transparency makes it more editor. Large install for a utility give
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the brief look of how PDF Gear and PDFX are not so good software that is currently ruling Windows or Microsoft Store right now. And I genuinely hope one day that Microsoft will do something about it. Yeah, please do something, Microsoft, because Microsoft really needs to take action, and this isn't okay. This isn't okay. So yeah, this only caught my attention when I saw the r/Windows subreddit, and yeah, this caught my attention where I wanted to talk about it on my show. I'm glad I did. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's hope that major tech channels will cover this. If I have to guess, Low Level, Mental Outlaw, Brian Tech 09 will likely cover this situation, and I hope this gains some attention because it's been posted a week and no one is talking about this. So yeah, I am going to expect either one of these tech YouTubers to discuss about this PDF Gear and PDFX being around on Microsoft Store, even though they were considered as spyware or scamware or even dangerous software. Why Microsoft even allowed them? So yeah, I hope they will talk about this. If not in days where they will have more in-depth in this. So stay tuned. If they ever do it, I will make my thoughts on that. So yeah, Low Level, Mental Outlaw, or Bright Tech 09, or other tech YouTubers out there who have massive followers, please cover this topic. It really means a lot. So what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Concerning report where PDF Gear and PDFX are around for a very long time, despite Microsoft not taking action. Hopefully, as I said before, they need to do something. Right now, they have to do something. But let us know in the comment section down below. And if you wanna watch the video for yourself, or if you wanna watch the video for yourself, I will definitely put the video in the description below. So please go show support and his dedicated work in investigating. So hope for the best. This gets taken down by the time major tech universe or major tech outlets start to cover this. So fingers crossed. All right, and well, this is not what I was expecting in my throughout my day because um, guess what? R/Art moderators have resigned. That's right, over an artist. And I kid you not, R/Art moderators have resigned. Yes, they all have resigned, and I have no idea why. Over this because over the artist? Come on! So let's read. Let me. There it is. I think I got a post on X. Let's switch it over there and say why are they resigning on R/Art moderation over an artist? Why is that? So, and unfortunately the post has been taken down, but that doesn't stop me from looking for it. So I'll keep going. But it is true. It is true. They all resigned. God knows why. But let's see. Let's see where is it? Let me just go r/news. Direct. So there it is. Thankfully, the article is still around. So let's discuss this in my coffee tonight. So yeah, this is insane. This is insane situation. Why are they resigning? Oh my gosh. So let's read it. It's coming from Direct. So Reddit's r/art subreddit was sent into chaos after artist Hayden Clay received a ban for mentioning Prince. Why? With Reddit mods resigning over it. Come on, really? Reddit has subreddits for pretty much every niche you can think of. That's right. It has every subreddit on what you can do, right? Some of these have millions of subscribers, while others just have a few hundred or maybe a few thousand users checking in. The art subreddit, which has over 22 million subscribers, was plunged into chaos on November 24 after artist Hayden Clay posted one of his new pieces entitled Clear Boundaries. Man, I feel sorry for that artist, to be honest, because this is, if I have to be real with you guys, this is a fucking ridiculous ban I have ever seen from r/art moderators. Why are you banning a dedicated artist? What the fuck? Anyway, Clay, who posts on Reddit under the username Strawberry, also mentioned prints of his work, prompting one of the subreddit's moderators, Neo Diogenes, to message him about it, citing a rule break. He received a permanent ban from the subreddit over it. Oh my god. So let's have a read on the X post. And what I believe, this is an insane situation and a most useless drama I've ever seen on Reddit. Come on, bro. Why are you banning that dedicated artist in the first place? So this is what he said. Fuck Reddit. Permanently banned from posting art because I mentioned the word print. See? He's not happy with the ban. Like, who would thought in the right mind that they can ban an art just because they mention print? Jesus Christ. So this is his artwork, by the way, and if we look very closely, that is absolute gorgeous. That is absolute gorgeous. Very beautiful. The cones filled with the shapes. Very beautiful. I don't understand why that post got deleted on r/art. That just feels wrong. He doesn't deserve to be treated that way. So let's read. Let's continue the screenshots. Let's go next. Okay, I think my X is not responding. I'm not sure why. I think you could keep trying. I don't know what happened here. Let me just close the window here. Okay, I could scroll, but I could not go next. That's odd. Alright, so... Okay, here it is. Are you seriously banning me for giving more information on my work? And this is what the reply looks like. No, I banned you for breaking our rules, but I can remove all of your phone. Oh my god. Are you crazy? They said in the last sentence, but I can remove all of your old posts as well. Oh my god, this is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupidest response I have ever seen from the r/art moderator. I swear to baby sweet Jesus, this is the stupidest response I have ever seen. And this is what he said. Just delete the comment and move on. Sorry I mentioned the word print. And this is what they are doing? Your history has been removed. You're welcome. This is how that artist is being treated like this? No, this is not right. And of course, the admins have sided with the mod, and this is what they said. Thanks for submitting an appeal to the Reddit admin team. We have reviewed your request and your appeal will not be granted and your ban will remain in place. And of course, after Moist Critical made a video, this is what they said. We out. We win. We all resign. And they were masked down. They were ablutionally downvoted. Yeah, ablutionally vote. Sorry, they were ablutionally downvoted because they said we all resign. Yeah, you deserve this one because you do not belong to moderation team if you cannot respect people's work. You do not belong if you cannot understand the reason. You do not belong to Reddit in the first place if you resign because of that one stupid response. You do not belong this way. I'm sorry. You do not belong here. You don't belong to the internet. You need to look for something else. If your behavior is like this isn't okay. This isn't okay. Rest in peace. Sorry, rest in peace. I agree. Rest in peace. The world is healing, but the fact that the admin sided with them is still proof that the site is corrupted. Unfortunately, this is true. I wish they will resign. I wish they won't come back after this mess. It's BS. It's BS that they removed their post because of the title. Because he mentioned the word print, that doesn't mean they should remove all the posts. Yet they decide to double down and remove all the posts anyway. God, I'm so glad they resigned. God, I hope they look for the new ones. Old mods should not come back. Screw them. They don't belong. They don't belong in the Reddit. Yeah, screw them. Screw them. I repeat, screw them. Don't come back. Don't ever come back again. So there you go. There you go. And of course, r/art users are protesting against the ban and they are signing with the artists. Of course. And yeah, it went into lockdown. you win with all your sign. And as of this post, it was sitting at 23,000 downvotes. No wonder why they were obligatory downvoted for this stupid band. They were very stupid. They were very stupid. OMG, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most useless drama I have ever read, and I hope I don't get to talk about this ever again. But if there's only one way I can say right now, to the old r/art moderators, go find somewhere else. Don't come back. Read what you sow. Think of what you done to the innocent artists. Think what have you done. Don't come back. They will not welcome you back for after you resigned. Yeah, goodbye. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be moderating r/art if your behavior is this way. All I can say is that, yeah, never trust those people on the internet. Never trust those people on the internet, except to the artist who is very dedicated, like the recent art. I love you, Hiding Clay. Your art is very good. But to the moderators of r/art who just recently resigned, don't come back. You're done. Anyway, and now for the last one, of course, and before we finally wrap our episode of my show, let's see what we have here. Let's see what else. Wait, what else can I talk about right here? Right, let me check my bookmarks again. Right, am I missing something that I need to discuss? Oh yeah, right. Hold on. Maybe I could check my. Save posts right there. Oh yeah, Infinity Nikki, and that will be the last topic for this episode tonight. So yeah, let's talk about that gotcha YouTuber criticizing over the recent sponsorship deals of Infinity Nikki. So here it is, and this goes by the YouTuber name Stix, Stix, Stix. So STIX, Stix. Yes, he is one of the gotcha YouTubers who play Wuthering Waves, Infinity Nikki, or is he still playing, Chaos Zero Nightmare, and more. So let's read his recent post coming from the creator of the subreddit of Stix. I genuinely need help here because I cannot comprehend the sheer stupidity behind Infinity Nikki. Back before the launch last year, I was reached out to do a sponsor dedicated video on the game. We went back and forth through email for multiple days. We brain transformed ideas. Mrs. Stix got a ton of footage and was ready to deep dive into it. They dropped out our contract and then they cancel on us last minute. You'll see the original email request in the first attached image. This was incredibly unprofessional. We wasted so much of our time setting this up, including prepping the contract, server access, and more. But you know what? Fine, whatever. They're just a crappy company. I just won't work with them again, and I had it until 2.0 was announced. A few days ago, I was propositioned by a representative once again for a sponsored video. All they wanted was for me to react to event footage. I thought it would be great since they had no brief or talking points, and it would be totally real and genuine without any direction. They were thrilled. We spent a few days exchanging ideas, timelines, then sorting out content I would need, and drafting up a contract. And this happens. We can move forward. They just decide, nope, again, fucking again, dude. Why do I bother wasting my time with them? Obviously, they're beyond saving. Obviously, they're beyond incompetence. It's genuinely absolutely absurd, and never, ever will I work with them. They're not worth the time and effort. Screw those guys. So if you look at the screenshots from his post, you can see this is the email from last year around the month of August, Infinity Nikki. And then you have the Discord conversation. Hope you're doing well. And then the event footage. This is very recent. Move forward. And now we can't move forward. So what happened? Right? And of course, I made a comment, which I did say, Infinity Nikki is a lost hope at this point since their downfall. And I said it because their 2.0 update and it's the start of the downfall. And I did watch Infinity Nikki videos in the past about why it was not doing so well and why the game was being review bombed. And obviously, that is their downfall. That's why I made a comment, it's already a lost hope. Infinity Cloning, I smell good content from this. At this point, I would never do business with them ever again. They must have realized we will be honest with their views on the game. Probably sad. Honestly, just leave the game. It's a bad game anyway. There's no way. What the? Well, if you can make content, make them your content. Agreed. How can you be unprofessional enough to cancel last minute twice? It's no small company. It's a huge corporation. They have no consideration for the time and energy spent on other people's hand. Yeah, fair. Yeah, it's true. So, yeah, that is the latest controversy, or what I say, the downfall of the another downfall moment for Infinity Nikki, proven by this post coming from the gacha YouTuber Sticks. So yeah, I will also be putting his channel in the video description below if you want to check out of his latest gacha gaming content. Feel free to do so because his content is very worth looking into. So yeah, again, that's Infinity Nikki and Sticks, and honestly, this game is not worth playing because of how they treat the fan base. End of discussion. Whew, I think we finally made it to the end, ladies and gentlemen. It is now almost 8:30 p.m. and I think this is where we will be ending at the same time as the other program, that is DZEX program, and that is combined Quattro plus 2. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to the 2-hour episode of Asphere's Cafe. So that is all for me, and starting next week, we will be officially extending our program to 2 hours all the way until 8:30 p.m. So more topics to come and more fun things are coming your way because Asphere's Cafe will be extended all the way up to 8:30 p.m. starting next week right here on TGON Cool FM. So this has been Asphere's Cafe, and also next week our fellow co-host Dreamcar, my other main host Dreamcar, and co-host Hoshiko Nimi and Trumaine will be back to my show. So I cannot wait to see them again, and I cannot wait to hear Dreamcar once again. It's been a long time. So yeah, this has been Asphere's Cafe, and we will be taking a break with a music automation until 10 p.m. So yeah, this has been. So yeah, get your tickets ready for Talk with Sen and MSA show later at 10 and 11 p.m. on Cool FM and DCEX. So this has been Asphere's Cafe. I am Cairo, and the cafe is now closed. We will see you next week. Same time, same place, and we shall see you next week until 8:30. Goodbye. See you next week. Bye-bye and happy weekend. And happy Thanksgiving too. Goodbye.